Hey everyone, it's Christy here, and I am here to do something a little different. I am here to talk all things Coffee Monsters Co. and Esterbrook. This is the Tabletop Treasures 9th anniversary for the Coffee Monsters Co. And I'm going to go in detail about this collaboration and what there is to offer. For starters, I'm going to start off with the Bladder paper. Here I have the 2 sheets that are actually perforated here. You can see that there's this dotted line. You can fold that and rip it off to make smaller pieces. So you technically are actually getting 6 out of these 2 pieces of paper here. And if I were to go through the designs, for the bottom one, we have the Keep Creating design with the emoji holding the fountain pen and the ink. The cap is over there, washi tape, a Tombow Fudonasuke brush pen, some notebooks, stickers. And then if we move forward, we have a Lloydstrom, my favorite, a highlighter, some paper, another fountain pen, coffee, biscuits, an ink sample, and another emoji just saying hello. And then over here we have a design with some paper, notebooks, pens, coffee, the emoji, of course, you can't go wrong with that. We have some washi tape and even some ink in there. So you get 2 of those, and then you get the bigger version. So this bigger version is that same Keep Creating design with the full horizontal size. So for comparison, it's literally just that piece of paper being turned horizontally. And then you also get the design here with the coffee and the biscuits and the notebook. And you get the design, ooh, let me not knock everything over. You get the design with all the little icons on it. And that comes to a total of 5 blotter papers from Esterbrook. Next, I do want to talk about the Forgotten Iced Coffee. This ink is so cute. So for starters, you could see there's a bunch of different ingredients here, including Esterbrook makes 30% of the ink. We have the Coffee Monsters Co. 30%, coffee grounds for 15%, Arctic ice cubes for 10%, oat milk for 9%, unknown sparkles for 6%, and of course, not safe for consumption. Not that I think any of you would, but it had to be there. And if you turn the box, you can see that the emoji has a key. They're looking for the keyhole. If you turn it over, we're gonna get to this in just a moment, but we have another emoji here with a little bag and a wrench. And if you go to the top here, you can see that there's a brush pen, scissors, a bottle of ink, some paper clips, and the fountain pen. So once you unravel this string, what you'll notice is that there's a keyhole. So the emoji over here will be able to get that key in there and open it up to find that there's no ink in there. I'm just kidding, the ink is right here. So this is the Forgotten Iced Coffee ink. This bottle is so cute. If you look in the background, there's that Forgotten Iced Coffee, a little bit sad that the emoji went to go and start writing with the fountain pen and left it behind. But it is super cute. I love the little details with the little circles and the stars in the background on the sticker. And another thing that I do love about this is that the bottle itself is this transparent yet matte finish. It's really, really fun. I guess you could call it frosted. This is a frosted finish, and it is so cute. I can't wait to get one of my own. And I want to do an ink swatch for you. When I do that, I'm going to also be showing you the differences between the Esties in the extra fine, fine, and medium. The cool thing about it, while I have the pen in my hand, is that emoji on the nib. You can't go wrong with that. That's so beautiful. As per usual, I have a trusty Lloydstrom A5 dotted grid notebook, and this is actually going to be the first page. I'm so excited. I had to get a new one, but I'm super excited to show you guys the Esterbrook and Coffee Monsters Co. collaboration ink on this paper. Again, it's such a beautiful bottle. I love it. Now what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to dip this fountain pen into the ink, and this is a extra fine, just so you get an idea of what that ink really looks like. So this ink is a grayish, greenish toned ink. And if you could see, it actually has more green tones to it than one might think. I really love this color. It's so beautiful, and I think that it really does remind me of forgotten iced coffee. Sometimes I do leave my iced coffee on the counter or on a shelf or on a desk, and I forget about it sometimes. And I think that this is just a very, very, very fun ink color. Alrighty, now that I have you a little closer, I'm going to be writing with the extra fine here. This extra fine does give a little bit of feedback. For those of you that do like feedback, I do recommend the extra fine. And I really love it, actually. I've never written with an Esterbrook extra fine Estie before, and this is really enjoyable. I really love it. I just love it. I have a fine currently in the sea glass, and I think I may want an extra fine for this. Let's see what the fine looks like. So we have the fine here. Ooh, a little bit less feedback, but that's okay. For those of you that are into feedback, I would say extra fine has a lot of feedback. I would highly recommend. And for those of you that might not like as much feedback, maybe this fine is for you. Let me dip it again, just so I get another line. Wow, that was definitely not a straight line, but that's a-okay. And then finally, I would like to show you the medium. Here is the medium nib. Ooh. I do like the medium too. Look at how pretty. Oh, super smooth. This one definitely has less feedback. This pen is trying to run away. This pen definitely has less feedback. For those of you that are not the most fond of feedback, I would probably go with the medium actually. But I'm actually really enjoying writing with this medium. This is really fun. Let me do a little sentence here. So this is the Esterbrook collaboration with the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. And this was written with the medium. Okie dokie, let's go back down the line and let's go to a fine now. I'm going to write the same sentence so you get an idea. So this is the Esterbrook collaboration with the TheCoffeeMonsterzCo. And that was in fine. And finally, we have the extra fine. As I'm writing with this fountain pen, I really am loving the ink. I don't know about you all, but I am loving it. It has variation to it, and I actually really, really enjoy that. And the more I look at it, the more I'm falling in love with it. And this was the extra fine. Here is a closer look of the differences between the extra fine and the medium. And hopefully you could see a little bit of variation between that ink there. And I hope that helps. Now that we talked about the ink, I want to talk about the pens themselves. So let's get this ink out of the way. So I want to go into a little bit of detail about this pen. So this is an Esterbrook Estie, for those of you that are not familiar, and it is so classic. It's a classic pen from Esterbrook, and I'm actually glad that it was an Estie because I just love the Estie. The Estie's awesome. So if you look at the pen at first glance, you might be like, oh, wow, it's a cream color pen. Nothing excites me at first. But then when you get a closer look at it, you could see the Jonathan Brooks material that is right here underneath the clip. And you can see that it says Esterbrook in that gold lettering, which I think is awesome. It matches the trim very well. And as I turn the pen, you could see that that Jonathan Brooks material really does remind you of coffee. That's my favorite part. And the Jonathan Brooks material doesn't actually stop there. Once you open the pen, bam, in your face, you get to see all of that beauty, that Jonathan Brooks material in that grip section. and it reminds you of when that milk hits your coffee. You got some white in there, you have a lighter brown, darker brown, maybe that coffee's just starting, the creamer is just starting to seep into your coffee, and you can't go wrong with the emoji on the nib. Look at how cute that is. That's my favorite. And I love that there's these little stars and circles on there. It just adds another touch to it. And this is one of my favorite things that has come out so far in 2025. I think that anybody that knows me knows that I love the Coffee Monsters Co. I have a lot of her stickers. She is also somebody who got me into the fountain pen world. She was that bridge for me, which I know she was a bridge for a lot of people. So I know that this collaboration is very exciting and a lot of people cannot wait. I am one of those people that can't wait either. But I hope you enjoy this collaboration pen as much as I do, and you are able to get your hands on one if you would like. And one thing I would like to say is that if you are interested in getting your hands on the Coffee Monsters Co. and Esterbrook collaboration Estie, and you're not able to meet with us on the 9th because you weren't able to RSVP, please do not worry. We do have more pens coming. We would like to let you know that it is about a 6-week wait. So we are not expecting pens to be in your hands until the end of May right now. As many of you may know, this is a highly anticipated release, and we actually have 80 people coming to the store on next Wednesday, the 9th at 10 all the way to 5. We'll be open on a Wednesday, 10 to 5. For those of you that didn't RSVP, you can still pop in the store to say hi to Deneen and the rest of the staff that will be there. We are more than happy to talk all things Kenro. That could be Schaefer, that'll be Esterbrook, that'll be Manchagarappa, and more. We'll talk about a lot of other things too. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.